And Pablo McDonough will be taking on Juan Martin Nero, his Argentine teammate with La Dolfina, for the first time since their Argentine Open victory this past year. So I think it's safe to say there's a lot of pride on the line, and it's going to be an exciting game. So let's jump right into it and take a look at the rosters. For Casablanca, we have Grant Ganzi, double G, at 3 goals, Juancito Bellini at 4 goals, Barto Castagnola at 9 goals, and Juan Martin Nero at 10 goals. For Richard Mille, we have Mark Ganzi, the Cobra, at 2 goals, Heta Castagnola at 8 goals, Pablo McDonough, 10 goals, and Paco de Narvaez at 6 goals. Well, our teams are ready. They're getting lined up for the bowl-in. So let's throw it to Steve Lane for the play-by-play.
Good morning and welcome, everybody. Thank you, James. My name is Steve Lane, and I'm with Juan Bellini, and we are getting ready for the 4th game of the World Polo League All-Star Challenge. And in case you were on the website, gcpolo.com, and went to see who was playing today, these games have been swapped around a little bit due to prior commitments. So we are going to have Casablanca, 26-goal team, playing against Richard Mille, a 26-goal team. And Juan, we were just talking about who would you pick to win, and you know what? I can't pick one.
Good morning. How are you, Checker TV viewers? Beautiful day. Steve, we have a semifinal today. Today is sometime in the tournament. The semifinal is more important than the final. I tell you why. Because when we used to play polo, when I'm playing polo, you want to be in the final. You want to be in the last day. If you're on the last day, you mean you did a good job. You don't want to watch the final from the stand. So as a polo player, in my head, always the semifinal was the most important game. You're in the final, you can win, you can lose, you can have a day, but it's very important, the semifinal. And today we have a great semifinal. We have 2 great teams. We have 4 incredible players for each team. I mean, we have the 2 10-goalers and the 2 Castagnola, Grande, Juancito, Mark, Paco Narvaez. So we have an incredible menu, and I'll go back to you, Steve. The ball is rolling and rolling.
Yep, the ball's in play, and here comes Barto Castagnola, and he leaves it backed up by Juancito Bellini, but a near-side back shot by Paco de Narvaez. Here comes Nero. Nero's going to take that ball over to the far side of the field, being chased by Mark Ganzi. Nero is going to slow down, try and dig that ball off the boards, and, of course, there comes Jetta Castagnola in there to help, and the ball's over the board, so we'll have a change of possession play right here early on.
They started tough. They started 2 teams strong. Remember, it's father and son playing today, so it's going to be a lot. I mean, someone's going to be happy and someone's not going to be happy when they go home, but it's a very, very important game today. The first semifinal, so the 26 goal is on the road.
All right, Paco de Narvaez sends it over to Pablo McDonough. Pablo, he's going to be backed up by Jetta Castagnola. Pablo trying to get around a couple blue shirts. Paco de Narvaez running interference for him. Pablo still with the ball. Reaches back, still digs it out, can't quite do it. And here comes Paco. Paco going to give room to work. And I think we had a quick whistle over there and possibly a right-of-way infraction on a 10-goal player there. A little right-of-way violation. So a penalty 5B in favor of Casablanca.
It's interesting, Steve. We have 2 types of 10-goalers in the field. We got Pablo McDonough, he like to tap and control the ball. And we have Juan Martin Nero, who's the guy who releases, who's opened the game. So it's 2 different strategies. That's why they work so well in Argentina together.
Very good point. Yep. Teammates in Argentina, opponents here in the World Polo League. And here comes Barto. Barto gets by Paco. Barto still working the ball, backed up by Nero. He drops it for Nero. Nero fires one downfield, and that's what you were talking about right there, Juan. And here comes Pablo. Pablo picks up the loose ball. Pablo McDonough now is going to drop it for Heta. Heta Castagnola. He has to reach way out. Heta still trying to get around Grant Ganzi. Paco de Narvaez gives him room to work. Heta hits it downfield, and Nero takes a swing at it out of the air. And there is Jetta. Heta Castagnola. Heta going to go for a little neck shot, and he succeeds and puts it right on through. First goal of the game, 2 26-goal teams playing on the flat. So Richard Mille, the first to score here early in this first period, Juan.
Yes, that's a beautiful play, beautiful teammate play between Geta Castañola, Camilo Castañola, he hit a long shot to Pablo McDonald. He stopped, he checked, he let Juancito walk by him, and he shoot to the goal. That was the first goal of the game.
So the players will come back to center field. Esteban Ferrari in the yellow umpire jersey on this side and Federico Martelli on the far side. Ball pops out. Juan Martin Nero, the first to get to it. He looks over his shoulder, sees, and he fires it down the field. However, there's Castanola back there. Juancito Bellini going to ride him on his hip. Nero comes in for the offside play and tries to break it up, but Paco de Narvaez picks up the loose ball. Grant Gansey staying with him. And here comes Heda. Heda hits one downfield looking for Pablo McDonough, but Barto comes in. Here's Mark Gansey going to goal. He's got to jump on the next blue jersey. Mark Gansey putting it right down, and what a beautiful shot. The Cobra puts it on through for the second goal of the day for Richard Mille.
Tough, beautiful shot by Mark Gansey. What a goal. What a play by Geta. Very quick. Mark jumped up right on the line. He was behind Camilo. He shoot like an 80 shot to the goal. And 2-0. We have the first courtesy change of the game. Richard Mille started very strong, very focused. They started very aggressive the first half of the first checker. So we see when happened the tragedy of Casablanca. I don't think they like it what happened the first 2-3 minutes of the game. So they have to, in my opinion, they have to close a little bit to get the mark, get it together, get a more impact. There was a little bit distant between one plane to the other.
Yeah, good point, Juan. And of course, Richard Mille firing that ball up front for teammates to pick up and send it on through the goal, and that's how they've scored their first 2 goals. And remember, we've got a doubleheader today at 3 o'clock. Hawaii Polo Life is going to take on Seminole Casino. And, of course, Seminole Casino, the hospitality sponsor this year. Once again, we're glad to have them. And, of course, the Coco Cabana being set up as Seminole Casino Coconut Creek being the hospitality sponsor on field number 2 on Sundays at 4 o'clock. So our first courtesy horse change of the day, and today we've got brother against brother. Father against son, teammates in Argentina, but opponents here in the World Polo League. So a score of 2-0 after our first courtesy horse change of the day. And players are coming back. They'll line up on Federico Martelli on the far side. And Casablanca certainly would like to get a goal on the board to narrow that edge that Richard Mille is carrying right now. So just going to warm up their ponies a little bit, and Juan, you've always talked about bowl-ins. Got to win bowl-ins, and we'll see who wins this one.
It's very important because you start a plan and make a play. You're in control of the ball, so you decided where to go and keep the ball. Nice play now by Juan Martin Nero. He takes the ball. He's going to wait for Barto to go in front of Paco Narvaez. Let's go. Bartolito make a one tap, approach. It's getting close to the goal. He's going to finish the play. Goal. Nice play by Juan Martin Nero and good finish by Bartolo Castañola. That's what they need just for the beginning of the throwing. What a goal, what a play by Casablanca. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a nice game of polo to watch.
I think so, exactly. And Barto jumping out front, had 2 horse lengths on Paco. That gap remained the same all the way to goal. And Barto looking over his shoulder, seeing he has time, and just tap on through the goal after a nice pass by Juan Martin Nero. So Federico Martelli blowing the whistle and giving the players a little instruction over there, saying, I don't want to hear anything, guys. Just play the ball, play the play, don't play our whistle. So once again, a bowl in, and it looks like Casablanca's going to come out with it. And there's Nero once again winning that bowl in. Head at Castanola, going to stay with him. Juan Martin Nero fires it down to Grant Gansey, but Paco de Narvaez intercepts the ball. Paco turning. Grant Gansey going to come in there and ride him. And even though Paco's horse probably backed up because of the angle of that ride-off, so it looks like the umpire's going to come to center field for a penalty 5B from center in favor of Richard Mille.
We got there the experience of Paco Narvaez, but you're right. The horse went a little bit back, so I don't know if it was a real foul or no. When the horse back, this is 26-hole polo. No, you have to be there. You have to start. Listen, we have father and son, teammate, friends. We got so many things in one field, but you know what? Both teams want to win badly.
That's
so,
it.
so you have to see it that way. We have so many things in that field. All those 8 players have so many things in common. But you know what? They're so competitive. They want to win the game.
Absolutely. They don't want to be sitting on the sideline on Sunday at 4 o'clock. They
That's
want
what
to be
I,
in the
that's what I
finals.
say to you. The semifinal is sometimes the most important game of the tournament, in my opinion.
Yep. Paco de Narvaez puts the ball in play. Paco going to try and get around Juancito Bellini, but he's going to send it over to Pablo McDonough. Pablo McDonough trying to get around. Header. Oh, off the left front leg of his pony. So Barto's going to pick up the loose ball. Pablo coming in to do a near side back shot and break up the play, and he does. He sends it over, but Nero, the first to turn on the ball. Nero dangerously down in front of that Richard Mille goal. He's going to leave it for Barto. Barto taking it over into the corner. Look at Nero breaking downfield. Grant Gansey over here on the far right, and wow, what a pass. I thought Grant might have been out of range a little bit, but Barto sends it to him, and Grant sends it in to Mark Gansey's pony. Now the umpire's pony breaks up the play a little bit, and we've got an umpire's whistle. 3 whistles here early in the game in the first period of play. So we'll see what the umpires decide. That was off an umpire pony, and it looks like a little right-of-way violation there, and Casablanca is going to be taking this penalty 5B from the spot.
The umpires are going to have a long day today, the way I look at it. They're playing tough, they're playing very close game, and both teams are going to win. So the umpires are very close to the game, so that's good. What a shot, what a pass by Barto Castagnola. It's Juancito running to the ball. He's marking there. Let's see who's finished. Juancito tap the ball. That's 2-2. What a game of polo, Steve. What a pass by Bartolo Castagnola. What a teammate.
You know, and you and I were just talking about that play earlier. If Grant and Juancito can stay up front and Barto and Juan Martin Nero sending the ball up to him, those guys, those young guns are going to score a lot of goals today.
Yeah, but you know what? That play started with Grant. He was put a lot of pressure on that. They fouled him. So the team of Casablanca, there are 4 players, they know how to play each other, and I think it's going to be a long day because that is Richard Mille. They are tough players. You got Pablo McDonough, you got you got the experience of Paco Narvaez. He used to be 9 goals, and he's 6 goals, and he's very good. And also you got Mark Gansey, he's in front. He's one of the top. And 2 goals, you don't find anything better than him.
He's a good number 1 out front, and he doesn't miss open goal penalty shots. So here comes Mark Gansey. Mark Gansey doing a near side back shot and just crossing over after that shot. And Mark Gansey, Papa Gansey, draws a foul on Grant. So we'll see where the umpires put it, but I believe we're going to have an open goal here.
It's going to be goal by goal. It's going to be checker by checker. It's going to be also good to see who got the best horses in the end.
Absolutely.
You know, how you prepare the leads of your horses. You know, that's very important to see. And also in the game, you have to talk to your teammate to see what horse or what checker you are kind of weak or no. So, you don't want to have everybody the best horses in one checker and next checker not. So the idea is to have the 4 players always equal horse.
Kind of balanced a little bit.
Exactly.
Yep, exactly.
Because in this level of polo, one bad checker is bad.
Oh, it'll kill you.
It kill you.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. Mark Gansey for the penalty 2. He hasn't missed him in his last game. Here's Mark. No problem for Mark. Sends that penalty 2 right on through, and that's going to give them the lead by 1 goal, and we'll probably have our first horn, and we'll not get this bowl in off. Don't go away. Stay with us. We've got 5 more chuckers to go here in the first semifinal of the day, and you're watching live on Chucker TV. Welcome back, everyone. We are here in the fourth game of the All-Star Challenge 26-goal tournament. 5 games to be played. We've got a doubleheader today, and Juan, we've got a tight game going on here right now.
We have a first checker was like the sixth checker of any game. Was very tight, very tense. I mean, good passes, good goal. So we're very excited. We have 2 10-goalers, 2 future 10-goalers, and I don't know, Juancito Granting can go the way. So we have a lot to watch in this game. We have Mark Gansi, who have a lot of experience, having been in polo for 20 years, and he do very well, won many tournaments all over the world. So we have a lot of nice things today in this game, and nobody want to lose, that's for sure.
All right. Juancito Bellini brings the ball out of the bowl in. Nero backed him up, but it's backed out of there by McDonough. And here comes Hedda, trying to get around his brother Barto. Grant Gansi's chased him. Barto Hedda sends a shot down. Hedda can't quite get a handle on that back shot. Grant Gansi does, though, sends it over to Juancito Bellini. The ball's deflected, and Hedda is going to pick the ball up, turn it back towards the inside. He'd like to get over there in front of that goal. He slows it down, and there's Juancito Bellini coming in there to break up the play. Hedda still shooting on goal, and Barto gets a mallet on it and sends it over to the corner, and there's Juancito Bellini. He goes to the whip. He's going to try and outrun Mark Gansi. Juancito with a nice shot downfield. Mark Gansi staying even with him. Juancito with one more shot, hooked by Gansi, and Paco de Narvaez gets a back shot off. Nero with a back shot too. Send it over, and a foul on that play. Just never flattened out on that play, and of course, I don't know which Richard Mille player that was, but they closed the gap, creating the danger and thus taking a play away from Casablanca.
Let's see what the position, in my opinion, I don't think that was, the ball was to the boards. I mean, 60 is a little bit too much, in my opinion.
Uh-huh. Well, remember, we've got challenges today.
Yeah, that is true, but I don't think you want to, I mean, you have another checker to challenge, but as a polo player, I will be happy for that call. Maybe it was a foul. We don't know the distance from here, but the ball was to the board. I mean, the white guy was going to the board. It's not because I'm trying to defend Casablanca, but in my opinion, that goal, that foul, that was a foul. If it was a foul, it should be for the middle of the field.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I mean, you are a professional umpire. You are a chief of the Grand Champion, so we're very happy to have you. And for sure, your comment will be more exactly than mine, you know?
Right. Yeah, I thought that ball was about a 45-degree angle to the boards, and I thought the white player was on it, and Nero just never quite flattened out. That's the way it looked from here for me, anyhow.
So you really think penalty 4 is a good call?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, straight to the boards, I'd agree with you. It maybe even spot hit in that case, you know. But, all right, the ball's deflected. Juancito Bellini picks it up, hits it downfield, but nobody there but Nero. He's going to fire down. He's going to check up because he knows he's not going to win that play. And there is Hedda Castagnolo with a nice open shot. Grant Gansi comes in with a near side shot. But Mark Gansi smartly jumps on that line of the ball. Nero comes in there and steals the ball on the offside. Nero going to check down, look over his shoulder. Mark Gansi's going to come in there with him. Nero knows not to turn that ball, but that's a perfect turn right there. He allowed Mark to clear. Nero now has a little bit of room to work. Oh, and bad luck, just misses the ball, and Mark Gansi sends it up to Nero. Nero, underneath his horse's neck on the near side, takes back on the offside, trying to get around 2 other white shirts. Mark Gansi's still in there with him. Nero with a near side neck shot, and that ball is going to be wide to the left.
Good play by Nero, good control. He hit a near side, like a next near side. That's a difficult shot, but what a game. What a game. I'm very happy to be here watching this level of polo, and I'm very excited. Also, very excited to have 26 goals in America. That's something that we miss. Now, thanks to Mark, Melissa, the keeper, World Polo League, that give United States to have 26 goal polo, something that is the best polo outside in Argentina. So we're very happy, we're very excited to have this level of polo here, so anybody can really watch the level of horses, the level of players, the quantity of the team. We have 8 incredible teams and 26 goals. Also, we have to really be thankful for the field. The crew is doing a hell of a job. We do have a lot of field. I mean, right now in Grand Champion, we have around 16, 17 polo field that we use. We just have also Weisberg, who's a long-time sponsor in Poland, 26 goals. He's very excited. Chris Grant jumped to the World Polo League. He's putting 2 fields into the package of grand champions. So we are very excited for this season. We keep going. We keep see the wall that we have 26 goals in America, something that should never disappear, in my opinion. That give another world-class polo to watch to the spectators.
Absolutely correct. Yep, and of course the Grand Champions Polo Club keeping the tradition of 26 gold polo alive. So we've got a couple players that needed to change horses right here with 5:21 left on the clock. A score of 3-2 in favor of Richard Mille. And it looks like Richard Mille will have a knock in here as Nero narrowly missed that near side neck shot.
I like the way Nero came. Like I said to you, he was not selfish in that play. He was in control. He decided to finish the play. Sometimes he just passing the ball, and sometimes when you're 10 goals and we're such a great, it's better to be a little bit selfish. He's incredible player as a team player. But in my opinion, when he releases the ball, he's incredible. Look at now, he's in control with the ball, Steve, again.
Nero on the far boards, being checked by Castanola. Nero gets out front a little bit, but gets hooked. Paco de Narvaez with a near side back shot. And look who's out front, Pablo McDonough. And this is a man you do not want out front all alone. Nero's going to run him down. Nero catching him rather quickly. So, that was Castanola out front with that ball. And here comes Grant Gansey. Okay. A whistle on that play, and I thought maybe Castanola got around soon enough, but Grant Gansey rode out the line, got the whistle in his favor, and that's what, you know what, that's part of playing polo.
Let me tell you, what a play for Grant Gansey. He saw the line, he jumped the line, asking for the foul. It wasn't enough, but he took a risk.
Yeah, he did.
He took a risk and worked on his side. So, that's the experience of being a good polo player, to read the play. He didn't have another chance to do, have another play to do. He thought it was a foul. Actually, the guy missed the ball and he turned around. But I don't know the distance, but that was a great play by Grant.
Yep, anticipation. Grant reading that play early on. So, Nero takes the penalty shot, sends it back up to Barto. Barto trying to get around Mark Gansey. Mark Gansey playing a lot of defense right here and doing a great job at it, too. Causes Barto to turn the ball back around and try and shake him off. But here's Barto. Barto now shoots towards goal. Goal judge moves, but it's wide to the right. So Casablanca shooting a goal here early in the second period.
They took the control of the play the first half of the second chapter, Casablanca, I think.
I agree with you.
Richard Mille started to take the half of the first chapter. Now Casablanca is on top. But we still, it's a long game, and they're playing very, very tight. And we're very, very happy to be in this situation.
Paco de Narvaez sends it over to Heda Castanola. Heda sends it on down, trying to reach McDonough. But Grant Gansey's going to be the first one there if the ball had not jumped over the boards. So we'll have a change of possession play. And
everybody's playing very good game of polo. Everybody's playing tight. Everybody is it's a clean game so far. I want to say it's a clean. But like I was saying before, I love this rule of the throwing. This is a fantastic rule.
Excellent rule. And a costly mistake, too, should you hit it out, And, of course, the other side of that coin is, if blue hits it into white, then blue still gets it back, even though because it was off a white pony. So we'll have our second courtesy horse change of the day, and we've got a lot of polo left. And you know what? I just anticipate what the fifth and sixth chucker are going to look like. I bet we are up and down that field, horses flat out,
I'm getting nervous. you know where my heart is in this team, but I try to be the more impartial, or I don't know how to say it very well.
Impartial,
impartial,
right.
Impossible, but sometimes I have to bite my tongue to not say, Jesus, what the, so,
yeah, it's hard.
It's hard to me to but I try to be. You can skip to me, say, Juan, stop it, When granted Juancito playing, I have an extra the way, so it's going to be difficult for you to keep me calm sometime. But I'm going to be so far because we are only in the second chapter. At some point, I'm going to leave you alone, and then I'm going to go to the tent.
Maybe if Casablanca gets a few goals behind, I don't know.
I don't know. But you know what? They don't want me in the tent. Juancito Grant didn't want me in the tent, so I don't know where to go. I should go to Richard Mille and tell him the wrong strategy.
Is that why the fence is up around the tent? Yeah. I wonder why they're putting barbed wire up around the tent down there. But.
Yeah, that's why. Maybe they send me to Richard Mille to give him wrong advice, but they don't want me in their tent. And I agree with them. I agree with them.
Absolutely. All right, so a change of possession play in the works right here. And it looks like Nero and Castagnoli back there. Juancito and Grant up front. And, of course, you got to have a little emotion in this sport, right? We don't want to take all the emotion out.
I get it too nervous when Juancito and Grant are playing together. I mean, listen, I'm with the Gansi for 21 years, so that's a foul.
Yeah.
It's not because I'm Casablanca fan, but that was a foul.
All right, so a Richard Mille player comes in, and we've got a right-of-way violation as the Casablanca player was coming down that right-of-way and on the line of the ball. So the umpires discussed where to put it now, and once again, that ball was at an angle across the field, so Federico.
Yeah, I agree, but if they give that foul penalty 4, this one should be penalty 3.
At least a penalty 3.
Because they are inside of the midfield.
Yep, I agree with you 100%. And actually, and the similarities between these two plays are both of them only had one player between the player who was fouled and the goal, and that's the player who fouled them.
Yeah.
So a penalty 3 we're looking at right here. Penalty 4 would disadvantage the team fouled and not really penalize the team that did make the foul. So Grant Gansi's going to take this penalty 3.
And the way Paulo McDonald, no, that's number 3. Paulo McDonald, he took it.
Nero. High in
3.
the air. That's Juan Martin.
Wait a minute,
Nero.
it's a penalty 3.
Yeah, penalty 3, number 4 taking the...
Juan Martin Nero.
Yep.
But you know what? Paulo McDonald, he took a chance because if they don't call that foul, you have, if he didn't touch that ball, you have Barto Castaño coming straight to the ball. So it's a 90 chance of possibility of goal. And that way you took a chance. That's a tragedy. So if a foul, at least maybe they don't call.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to take a chance. And in my opinion, he did take a chance.
Okay, Juancito Bellini taps that ball in the bowl in. Nero's going to send it over to Castagnoli. Barto looking downfield. Grant Gansi's downfield, but ridden by Father Mark. Castagnoli going to take it back to the inside. Juancito's running interference for him. Castagnoli now sends one down towards the mouth of the goal. It is rolling.
What a
and
play.
right on
What a
through.
play. And I like the work of Granty, Juancito, and Juanma. They were blocking all the teams. So Barto have his time. He took his time. He looked at the goal, and he shoot. What a goal by Bartolo Castagnoli.
So far, that's the shot of the day.
We're going to have so many shots today that we're going to have to choose.
So you viewers at home, take a look and see if one can beat that. I'm sure we'll find some great shots. And here comes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, what a play he makes right there. Nero's going to pick up the loose ball, sends it into a pony, and once again out of the air, Juan Martin Nero. Here's 10 goals on the move. 2 of them on the near side. And Barto picks up the loose ball and sends it back over to Nero. A good give-and-go play. Nero sees Granty out front. Granty's going to send it. He's got a couple of steps on Paco de Narvaez over by the far boards. Granty's got to check down. Does he have to jump the boards? Yes, he does, and a nice play. Granty comes out with it. And, of course, Richard Mille's got to put some pressure on. Granty's hooked on that play. A back shot by de Narvaez. Nero knows he can't get there. And Hedda slows it down, turns it back. Paco's got a player ridden off, giving Hedda room to work. Hedda coming back towards center. He's got to get by Nero, though, and Grant Gansi. He sends it over to the right-hand side of Nero. Nero's got no play. These umpires have been calling it tight. They've been doing a great job. And here comes McDonough. McDonough slows it down, sends one up front to Mark, but Mark unable to get to it. So far being ridden. Mark hooked by Grant, and Nero comes over there. And Barto tries to send it back to Nero, but it's deflected off a pony, and Hedda with a back shot, and Barto wants to escort that ball over the back line, and that's going to end chucker number 2. Casablanca having a big chucker, behind by 1 goal when we started this period, but ahead when we end. Don't go away. Stay with us on Chucker TV for the 3rd period of play. Once again, we are here viewing the fourth game of the World Polo League, and what a game we've got going on here this morning. Richard Mille playing against Casablanca. Richard Mille had a great first chukker, and they were leading the game by a score of 3-2 after the first. However, Casablanca had a strong chukker that period, gelling and finding each other and like a well-oiled machine, and they're ahead 4-3-1.
It's like a match of box. Each round they have different boxes winning. Richard Mille won the first one. I think the second one was kind of tight, and the third one was won by Casablanca. That's the way I look at it. If I have to be a judge in a boxing match, you know, I mean, actually, that's the way. Now we have as the third chukker. It's very important as horses. I see a lot of good horses for each player. They mean running. Also, very clean game. We have some amount of fouls, but that was because they tried to do the best, and I mean, they're playing this game as a final. Like I said to you, it's a semi-final, but they really, both teams want to win. They both want to take the trophy home on Saturday. They have another huge game to play, and they have to win. On the other hand, we have the other semi-final between Hawaiian Polo Life and Seminole Casino. They're two tough teams. So we're very happy to see Melissa Gansi back in the field. So after the other day, but I think both teams the next semi-final, I don't know where the money goes. I know where my money will go. We'll go with Seminole Casino. I like that team. Nick Roldan with those two team players and Melissa Gans in front. It's a good team.
It is a good team. 3 8-goal players behind Melissa. And we're back in action. Casnola sends it up to Juancito. Come on, Juancito. Take that ball. Mark Gansi's going to ride him off. Juancito hits the ball a little over to the left, and he's going to give up this play to Mark. Mark, high lofting back shot. A couple players take a swing at it in the air. But who comes out with it? But McDonough. McDonough on the move, trying to get by Hedda. Hedda sends it back over to the boards. And that's picked up by Barto. But Nero now going to take it forward. And a neck shot. What a pinpoint pass right over to Barto. Barto's going to work. Grant Gansi breaks downfield. Father Mark back there with him. Casnola sends it back to Nero. Nero, a little give-and-go pass right here. Ooh, yeah, for sure. I agree with that one.
Yeah.
I think that's a great call by the umpires. There wasn't a big enough gap there, and, of course, the Casablanca player, in my opinion, was established on the offside. And there's a challenge on that play. So our instant replay official will look at that play again and either stay with the call or overturn the call by the officials on the field. And remember, the instant replay official must have 100% evidence to overturn the umpire's call. So Richard Mille using the first challenge of the game. And
that's what I said to you, Steve, before. You know, you want to save in the right moment. It's a crucial foul. I mean, both teams, we have the foul, and we see what the play is. The ball is coming headed, and they're coming for the speed. The other problem is the ball reached Pablo McDonough, but Pablo McDonough was stopped still. He was not running.
No, he wasn't.
So that's what I think the call is, because the guy, he was there. You know, in my opinion, it was a foul.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I agree with you.
Because the guy was stopped. It's not like he was running and the ball reached the stairs.
Right. Yep. So we're waiting on the instant replay official. He's viewing that play from all angles, and of course, we've heard some discussion that maybe the Casablanca player left the line and came back, and of course, Gaston Dorniac doing and. And of course,
FAU a favor de Casablanca o en contra de Casablanca. Es FAU a favor de Richard Mille. FAU a favor de Richard Mille.
What?
So he must have overturned that play and actually called it the other way. So
I don't know much about polo anymore, in my opinion.
Yeah, of course, from here it looked like a foul against Richard Mille, but the instant replay official saw something different. Of course, that's a new rule this year. If a foul was called on blue and the instant replay official sees a foul on white, then, of course, instead of a bowling, then, of course, they will call the foul the other way. Okay, here is Barto Castagnola. Barto trying to get around McDonough.
Richard Miles, a favor de Richard Miles.
And here is Castagnola. However, his brother reaches down, steals the ball from him. Juancito Bellini trying to get to that ball on the near side. He has Mark Ganzi on the offside. He's going to give it up to Mark. Mark sends that ball 90 degrees across the field. And that ball's up against the boards. So Castagnola brings it out. This is Castagnola. Castagnola's still on the ball. Juancito Bellini coming to mark him. Juancito's got a long day at the office because he's got to mark an 8 or a 10-goal player. And there is Nero with a back shot. Who's the first to turn on it? But Castagnola. Castagnola on the near side. His brother comes in to break things up. But Hedda still maintains possession of the ball.
It's Pablo McDonough.
That's Pablo. Okay. And Nero comes in there, and Mark Ganzi reaches back and picks it out, but just sends it wide right to the goal. Nice play by Mark. That gap stayed the same, so we'll have a knock-in for Casablanca.
I'm getting too nervous to say something, Steve. What a game of polo we're watching. What a 8 players giving everything in the field. It's only the third jacket of the game. I don't know what's they have any left for the next 3 jackets, Steve.
Well, you said it was going to be nip and tuck all the way through, and you're certainly right. So Nero's going to send it over to Juancito. We'd like to see this young gun out here taking the ball more to goal and being used by Nero. So here is Pablo McDonough. McDonough trying to get around Barto. And what a next shot towards goal, but that's wide to right. And it looks like that Richard Mille is knocking on the door and taking advantage. And
what a control of Pablo McDonough. The ball, he was here, there, with so many players around, but he has the time and the momentum to shoot to the goal. What a play by Pablo McDonough.
Nero brings it back in. We'd certainly like to see them do something a little bit different, a little bit stronger on these knock-ins to gain some advantage. But once again, he's going to use the left-hand side of the field, and Barto Castagnola comes in. Being marked by Paco de Nervais. Paco in the brown helmet. Casablanca in blue, Richard Mille in white. Nero's going to slow it down, and Barto's going to back him up. Barto, Nero leaves it for Barto. Paco going down. Now Barto has about 30 yards where he can keep dribbling the ball, and that's what he's going to do. Paco's got to check up to make him hit away. But Barto going to bring it back to the inside, loses the ball, and that line is across the field. So Juancito checked up before he came in there. Paco de Nervais hooks Barto. Juancito now picks up the loose ball. Juancito managing that bouncing ball down along the boards. And here comes Hedda taking the ball across the field. Pablo McDonough behind, but Hedda a little bit wide on that play. And here comes Juancito. Juancito going to turn the ball back in. Don't have a sandwich there, boys. And we've got an umpire's whistle on a Castagnola player there, I do believe.
It's getting too tense. It's getting too tense, this game, and the players are very, very aggressive. They're playing good polo. They control the ball. It's funny because we have, in the momentum, we have a running, passing ball, and then we have a sticky polo. We have open polo and a sticky polo, like a different. Pablo McDonough like to be the sticky one, and Juanma want to release it. But Juanma, there, he could release it first, but he, with Bartolo Castagnola, get it the same play of Pablo McDonough. I think Casablanca has to release the ball a bit more. They hold it a little bit too much, in my opinion, because having Juancito and Grant in front is a plus. They're always in front. They're always in position. They're beating the defensive player, but they don't receive the ball. So if you don't hit the ball in the first time, they're being covered. So, and then what happened? You are a Barto or Juanma, you see them covered with against an 8 or 9 goal player. You don't passing the ball.
Correct. You'd just be giving it up at that point.
Exactly.
And we've seen a couple of times where Casablanca's held the ball a little bit too long, and then Grant or Juancito are out of range. You'd have to hit a 180-yard pass.
That's what I'm saying. They're holding a little bit too much. Like I said to you, I don't want to go to the team because they're going to kick my Bolinis out of the team. But let me tell you, we have I like the way Mark is playing. He's pushing the team out. They're using him a lot. If they're using him more, it's going to be very, very danger for Casablanca.
And Mark is riding, too. I mean, he's hooking and you know, I mean,
he's
Mark
doing a really good job in the back position. Right?
Yes.
I see he's working more as in the back position in front.
I agree. So here is Juan Martin Nero on this penalty 3. Nero, and I believe that is
a
wide
to the right. Yeah.
So, lucky break there for Richard Mille and a tough break for Casablanca. 10-goal player missing a penalty 3. I'm sure he'd like to have that back. So, Paco de Narvaez takes advantage of that missed shot on goal. He's going to send it over here to the right to Pablo. Pablo, unselfish play, gives it right here to Heda. Heda working the ball downfield. Nero comes in, puts pressure on him. Pablo McDonough now. Juancito can't quite get a hook. Paco de Narvaez trying to ride off Juancito, but it's off of Juancito's pony. And Paco de Narvaez comes back. He's got time to turn the ball underneath his horse's neck. Juancito clears. He allows Heda to take the ball. Heda going to take it over to the center. He's still got a little room. Nero's going to check up and keep on it, but Heda tries to release it downfield, but he hits it over to the right. Mark Gansey there being ridden by Grant Gansey. Mark Gansey now still has the ball. Take it over to the boards. Mark running the turn right here. Hooked by his son Grant. And Bartow leaves it for McDonough. McDonough fakes to the inside. Turns back and retrieves that loose ball. McDonough still working. Reaches back. Loses it. But Paco de Narvaez backs him up. Paco sends it to the goal and just wide to the right. So, Juan, both teams shooting long shots to the goal. One of these times they're going to put it through.
Everybody's playing incredible polo, Steve. I mean, the condition of the field and the horses and their players, they're working very hard together. And the umpires, they're doing a fine job, but it's a hard job with them because we have a lot of heavy people in that field. We have a lot of heavy people. I mean, heavy means, we have something happened with Juancito is out of the horse. I think he headed the ball headed the horse, or headed to him the ball from Pablo McDonald. We're going to have a knocking. And I like the tragedy. I like the combination between Juanma and Barto Castañola. They never playing together. They're playing very well together. I mean, I think Juan Manero is one of the easiest playing to play with. He's an incredible teammate, and he's a really good. And I think Bartos also is easy to play with him. Both players, they're doing a hell of a job together. I mean, he's a kid too. We're talking about kids, Look at that play. Look at that play. Incredible.
Yep. Bartow, a give and go between Bartow and Nero. Nero checks down on this great pony, trying to evade Paco de Narvaez. And Heda, here's Nero on the move. Nero can't quite keep a hold of it. And here comes Grant Gansey to back him up. Grant Gansey with the next shot. It's off a pony, still on the field. Grant Gansey takes another shot, but it's picked up by Heda. That's McDonough, excuse me. Pablo McDonough. Letting players clear, sends it back over to Heda. Heda still with ball control. McDonough goes on by. It's off of Nero's pony, but Heda still gets possession of the ball. Now Heda sends it on down the field, but here comes Mark Gansey. Mark Gansey's not going to meet that ball with Paco de Narvaez and Grant Gansey coming across the field. Paco still has the ball on the near side. He swaps back to the offside. Paco de Narvaez. Paco turns it, allows Nero to clear, but Nero blocks the angle on the shot. He sends it back over to Castañola, and we've got our second horn right there. That's going to end the first half of play. There is no halftime, so we'll take a quick, brief break, and we'll be right back here on Chucker TV. Score of 3-4 at the end of the third period play in the All-Star Challenge.
Is that us, Steph?
Welcome back, everybody, to the All-Star Challenge 26 goal, hosted by the Grand Champions Polo Club. And, of course, you're watching live on Chucker TV, the only free broadcasting app, live streaming polo in the world. And, of course, we've got our players back out. No halftime today. Of course, halftimes are only 5 minutes anyhow. So, Juan, the players up quickly, and Esteban Ferrari didn't even have time to go down and get a ball off the end line.
But remember, we do have a time to the umpire to change the horse. That's very important. People know the umpire have to change the horse because they're running a lot. So we don't want to have a horse tie also for umpires. So we look, so the umpire we have a really good. So I don't know. They're talking to me, Steve. No, I don't know what happened here.
I think they were talking to Gaston Dorniac, maybe, just getting a little information from him.
We start the second half of the very tense semifinal for the All-Star Challenge Cup. Steve, let's see who's going to start it. The two brothers, as Bartolo and Camilo Castañolas. Bartolo tapping the ball, bringing the ball, but the younger brother tried to make bucket. Let's see what a play. What a two talent players.
And here is Hedda Castanola. Grant Gadget staying with him. Hedda shoots towards goal.
What a shot.
Once again.
They've been have a little bit like right now Casablanca last half a checker in the beginning. Richard Mille is shooting, but remember, Casablanca missed a penalty 3, so I mean, luck go for both places. But and the knockings, I like the knockings of Juan Martin Nero. He's looking for Camilo, for Barto Castañola, and he receives the ball always by himself, so that's good. Not in this case, but let's see who's going to end up with the ball.
So, Paco on the far side, however, Hedda picks it up. Hedda trying to get out front of Juancito. Hedda.
Pablo McDonald.
Pablo, okay. And here comes Paco de Nervais. Paco taking the ball towards goal. Nero behind, and Grant Ganzi up front. Can Paco work that ball through the goal?
What a play. What a goal by Paco Nervais. What an experienced player. He took the ball, and he walked all the way to the goal. That's a good start for Richard Mille. 4-4, checker 4. A lot of things going to happen for the next 2.5 checkers left to the end of the game, Steve.
I believe it. A set of 4s on the board, and that's the first goal we've had since the second chucker. So nobody scoring in the third, and Paco de Nervais drawing the first goal here early in the fourth period of play. Esteban Ferrari puts the ball in play to the players, and Barto trying to get around younger brother Heta. Barto checks down. Heta breaks up the play. Pablo Madonna comes in, checks down, turn the ball underneath his horse's neck. There's 20 goals right there on the boards, looking downfield. And here comes Heta. Heta sends one down, and Paco de Nervais took the number 1 position right here. Paco dribbles it, trying to get around Juancito. Barto comes in there trying to break it up. Paco still with the ball, working the ball towards goal. He scored once down at the west end, trying to score on the east end, but unable to do so. And there's Nero with a back shot. Swing and a miss there, and I believe we've got an umpire's whistle on the far side of the field. I think a little bit of crossing after the shot right there, Juan.
Yes, I agree with you. That was a foul. What a defender play by Juan Martin Nero. He took, I don't know how he did that, but then he went a little bit too desperate. And that play, he was rushing too fast, too close. In my opinion, he should check, go to the board, because he knew he was fouling. And then he was trying to hit up like an open back shot to nobody.
Jumping the boards.
Yes, jumping the board. So in my opinion, the safety plays will be, it's easy to say and to speak when you're sitting here. Now when you get all the adrenaline coming, and it's hard. When you polo player, everybody's 10 goals when it's outside of the field.
Yeah, no, I tell you what, I've made shots over here on this side of the field that 10-goal players couldn't make on the field.
That's true.
Okay, so Hedda Castanola is going to take this penalty 4. The foul did occur just a few yards from the board, so that's why it's a penalty 4. Hedda has it up, and straight on through.
What a shot. What like a 150-yard shot of Camilo Castañola. He put the game 5-4. Good game. What a shot. What a control. What a patience to hit the ball smooth. He's one of the guys, he never hit the ball with a cane. Always with a hit. Always with a hit, with the center of the head. It's incredible.
Hitting in that sweet spot, and this is the first time that Richard Mille has taken the lead since the first chucker. Mark Ganzi winning this bowl in straight out front. Juan Martin Nero going back, but Mark Ganzi taking the ball towards goal, and what a nice play. I'm not sure, was that Mark Ganzi or was that Pablo McDonough? It looked like a 10-goal play from here. But
yeah, what a pickup on Mark and the throwing. He make one tap, two tap, and what a shot 60 yards away from the goal. He shoot to the goal. He put in Richard Mille by 2 again. There was in the beginning of the first jacket. It went by 2. What a goal by Mark Ganzi. He picked up the ball and the throwing, and he went all the way. What a play. What a finish by Mark Ganzi.
3 goals this period for Richard Mille. And Casablanca needs to jump back on that scoreboard right there. Pablo McDonough getting around some blue jerseys right there. Grant Ganzi with a back shot. And Paco de Narvaez sends it 90 degrees over towards the boards. Juancito Bellini jumps on the loose ball, sends a back shot over to Nero, but not enough distance for Nero to get on it. And here comes Hedda. Hedda sends it back down where Mark Ganzi is unmarked all alone. That pass just a little bit short. Mark Ganzi's going to fall in behind right now. Hedda on the near side, still keeping control. Now sends a nice back shot over towards the center of the field. Grant Ganzi read that play. And there is, and we just saw that foul over there on the boards, and this is the same play, crossing after the shot. So the umpire's very consistent on this play, and I think we'll have a penalty 4 probably right here.
Yes, that's a foul. They took it on the near side. Sometimes people think I went to the near side, but that's a matter sometimes because you're crossing the line anyway. That's a matter because you come on the near side, you have the freedom to cross the line of the right away of the ball, and that's exactly what happened. He took the ball on the near side, but Camilo was so quick, so fast on the line of the ball, and his older brother foul. So we got a penalty 4 in favor and Casablanca right now. Richard Mille.
I wish I had a nickel for every time I heard a player say, I took it on the near side when I was umpiring.
Exactly. That doesn't mean you take it on the near side, you have the right to cross after the shot, even when you head it forward or when you head it backward. You have to keep it straight in the line of the ball. And
you know what? The way we thought about it is, as umpires, is if that player had flattened out, he might not have been able to get that shot off or that play off. He might have been beat.
Yes.
You know, so
yes.
And of course it's a dangerous play when the gap is that close on this because of the angle that the player on the near side comes in, and we've always said the greater the angle, the bigger the gap needs to be.
Yes.
On that play. So
no, good call by umpires. I think the umpires keeping the control of the game pretty well. I mean, we have 2 really good professional umpires. They did the Argentine Open, Esteban Ferrari and Martelli. And then we have Gaston Dodignac as in the studio, and then you are the third man. So
correct.
They haven't really come here to talk to you much.
No, they haven't. No, that shows they're on the same page.
Yeah, that shows you how good they are. You know, and they're on the same page with umpire because what they call, they agree. They're 100% sure what they call.
Yep. Hedda Castagnola is going to take this penalty 4, and he's got it high in the air, and that's his second one of the period. 100% on these penalty 4s.
That was the copy of the penalty before this one. He hit it so smooth, just for the middle. You don't want to foul this kid, that's for sure. He's really good on the foul. It's funny because Casablanca haven't controlled the ball, but then doing just silly fouls, and they can cost you the game. They're 4-7 now.
And costing them goals, too. A score of 7-4. Richard Mille taking a 3-goal lead, the biggest lead we've had so far in this game. Juan Martin Nero sends the ball down the field, but nobody there but Paco de Narvaez. Paco with an offside tail shot looking for Mark Ganzi, and Mark comes in front of Juancito, gets away with that play. Mark Ganzi going to take the ball to the far boards. Juancito's going to check down with him. Juancito Bellini.
I thought that was a foul in that pickup ball.
I kind of did too, yeah. I think we've seen some that were similar to that have been called today.
Yeah.
So a change of possession play right here. Mark putting the ball over the boards, and Casablanca's going to bring it in. And look at Nero. He's on the move right here. He's not wasting any time. Nero tries to hit a shot, and that play, I think we're going to have an illegal riding into the shot, I think, as Castagnola just crossed over there, not allowing Nero to hit the ball. And
that was...
And of course, Richard Mille is going to challenge that call. So for those of you at home, I'm sure that the drone
and the way they look at it,
view.
Juan Martinero was really, really good because he could swim on the top of the horse of the player. So he was patient. Another player, he just swim to make it more obvious. In this situation, he was waiting because he swim to the ball. He could hit the horse or the player, and that was kind of costing. He can lose the foul, but he was a very a smart play not to hit the horse or to hit the player.
And I'll tell you, should he have done that, then the foul might be reversed. You know, and called against Casablanca. So no foul declared on the play. So we will have a bowl-in over there where the ball was when the whistle was blown. And, of course, on these plays here, should Casablanca have hit the ball and the ball's rolling and then the whistle goes, then you give that team the real estate.
Yeah, but, and that's what Juanma have to do. He have to hit the guy to the umpire call the foul.
I guess, yeah. Or maybe
he was nice.
Yeah.
And then, of course, that's the thing. The umpire have to call because the guy hit what the umpire want to the player do? Just hit the horse or hit the player. That was the,
Yeah. Yep. Grant Gansey on the line, looking over his shoulder, hits an open back shot to Nero. Nero deflects it, comes away with it in front of Casanola. Paco de Narvaez back there. Look at Nero. He's being backed up by Barto. Barto goes down the field. Nice reading play by Nero and Castanola. And what a nice play. And I wonder if there's any communication on that, or those two guys just knew what to do.
No, I think that Juanma was waiting, and then I heard in Spanish from here, Barto said to Juanma, hit it, and he hit it. He hit a little bit too far. He was lucky it was Barto Castanola there. He had an incredible neck shot, but it was a difficult shot for Castanola to score.
Okay, so Esteban Ferrari gives the ball back to the players. Mark Gansey's in there. We've got a little sword fighting going on right here. Pablo gets a hand on it. Mark Gansey hooked out of there. He was going to win the bowl in, but Paco de Narvaez jumps on that ball out front. Picked up by Juancito Bellini. Backed up by Nero. Nero's going to send it right on down, and hopefully Bellini keeps on trucking down there, but that shot wide to the right, so not a play for Juancito to get back on the non-approach shot.
What a player, Juan Manero. I mean, we're watching Pablo McDonald, Paco Narvaez, and both Castagnola, Mark, Juancito Grante. We have 8 really, I can say, really polo players playing today.
Okay. Narvaez sends it over to Pablo McDonald. This is the play I'd like to see Casablanca do. They've been working the ball to the left on these knock-ins. Pablo McDonald looking downfield. Mark Gansey over here on the right-hand side of the field. Pablo, he's going to keep it to himself. But Juancito Bellini wins that play with a right-off, sends it back over to Castagnola. Castanola heard the first horn. He's going to shoot. Are they going to be able to get to it? Paco de Narvaez with a tail shot, but off his pony's right hind leg, and there comes Pablo McDonald. Pablo tries to hit a hard shot, gets a piece of it. There's the second horn right there, and we've got a ball game going on here. A score is 7-5 in favor of Richard Mille. Stay with us. We've got 2 more to go. We're 66% of the way through this game on Chucker TV. Well, welcome back, everybody, and thank you for joining us on Chucker TV. We are live here getting ready to begin action here in the fifth period of play. Casablanca taking on Richard Mille. Two 26-goal teams here in the All-Star Challenge. Two semifinals today. This is the first one of a doubleheader, and Paco de Narvaez wins that bowl in on the far side of the field. Leaves it for Pablo McDonough. Pablo McDonough working that ball, trying to get around Juancito Bellini. Juancito's been a workhorse here, riding players. Pablo McDonough puts it into Juancito's horse, but Castanola, Heda, picks it up. Back over to a give and go to Pablo McDonough. Pablo McDonough still trying to get around Juancito. Juancito staying with him, playing great today, and here comes Barto. Barto has got room to work. Swings through the hook of Brother Jetta. Barto still staying with it. Barto on the near side. On the near side. Grant Gansey's going to come back to help out. Grant Gansey unable to ride the player off at that angle. And here is Barto. Barto carrying that ball to goal. They need a couple of quick goals here. They're behind by 2. And Paco de Narvaez puts it over there in the center, and only Juan Martin Nero there. That could be a costly play right there. Nero going to turn the ball to the left, trying to get loose. Castanola now brings it back to the right, and now it's going to, got to let Paco de Narvaez get out of the way, and the umpires might be playing a slow whistle right here, and Castanola is going to send it on through, and that's patience right there, Juan.
That's patience at the same plate. Juan Manero tried to be too nice, not hit the horse, not hit the players, and then the umpire didn't call. That is in my book. What the players, the umpires should call the first time, because and then the guy lose the ball to be nice, and then that's the condition. A 7-6, what a 5 checker, and last checker we're gonna have 2 teams that really want to win. They're very tight, and the umpire doing a good job so far.
Okay, so there is the 2 Castanola brothers riding each other off. But Heda hits the ball downfield. Here is Pablo McDonough on the move, hooked by Nero, but Barto going to follow him up. Barto sends another shot towards goal, right on through.
That's Heda Bartañola or Camilo Cartañola. He's very dangerous. He's like a weapon. He looked the goal. He shoot for 60, 70 yards from the goal, and that was a good play, good smooth play. Richard Mille is pulling a lot of pressure on Casablanca. They're losing the throwing right now, Casablanca. They have to get more tight on the throwing. That's my opinion.
Okay, let's see if they took your advice. Esteban Ferrari looking for a clean lineup. Puts the ball back in play. Overhand, it stays down in front. Juancito Bellini comes out with it. Juancito once on the near side, twice on the near side. Grant Gansey backs him up. Avoids the hook of Heda. Sending it over to Juan Martin Nero. And we've got a little play, a foul right there.
That was a foul.
Fouling the second man.
The second man, yes. If the guy backed the ball, could be less foul, but he tapped it a little forward to the left. I mean, to the right. That give the real foul. But in my opinion, if he could back it, maybe the umpire will not call it.
Maybe get away with it.
Yes, maybe get away with it.
But when he hit it to the right and then followed that shot.
Exactly. He crossing the line, or that's what we say, the right away infraction. But if he back it, sorry to say the same thing, that will give the umpires a little bit out. You know?
Right, yeah. Or maybe even take it forward and then the back shot. You know,
yes.
Even less danger on that play. So we'll have our courtesy horse change right here. And we'll have an open goal when we come back. So Casablanca is desperately needing this goal in order to keep this game alive for them. 7 teams in this tournament, 3 26-goal teams and 1 24-goal team, 2 24-goal teams, and, of course, Seminole Casino playing in the second semifinal today.
That's going to be another game. We're going to have a long day, Steve. We're going to be 2 tense to sleep tonight with the 2 semifinals that we have. I can't wait for next game. It's always incredible opportunity to watch Cambiaso and his son. I mean, that's a combination, everybody talking about it. But also, I'm very excited to see Melissa's team. I like the combination between Juan Martin Subia, who's a young and coming player, Nick Roldan, he's been having a hell of a season, and he's like a superhero, and then Alejandro Novillo Estrada, with Melissa in front. So it's a tough team to beat. Hawaii for life. He got the two Cambiasos and Jejo Taranco and Chris Dawson. It's a tough team. They're going to have to work very, very hard, both teams, to go to the final to win again. So one of these two teams, I think we have a really incredible final guarantee on Saturday, Steve.
The first final of the 26-goal World Polo League coming up Sunday at 4 o'clock. And, of course, after the All-Star Challenge, we've got the Founders Cup, the Palm Beach Open, and the Triple Crown of Polo. And so the finals are Saturday
yes.
at 3 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay, not Sunday. Okay, very good. Good to know. And
very,
of course,
very important shot. A very, very important shot for Casablanca. Let's see. Wait a second. What our it's
I think
a kid with the ball. I don't know. I don't understand the pattern sometimes. You know, it's like at 400 yards around, and the kid playing in close to the boards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, goal by Juan Martin Nero, 8-7. We have 4 minutes 20 seconds to the end of fifth chapter. What a game, very tight. Richard Mille is in control. They go up by 2. Casablanca try to get there. They playing from behind. We see what's going to happen for next chapter and a half of the game.
Yeah, the game shifted in the fourth period because at halftime, Casablanca was 1 goal ahead. At the end of the fourth, Richard Mille 2 goals ahead, and now 1 goal difference. So here comes Mark Gansey. Mark Gansey taking that ball to goal. We saw him do this in the second period, and he put it on the board. Can he do it again? Mark Gansey, what another nice goal. That's twice he's gotten the ball directly out of the goal.
Throwing. What a player. What a finish by Mark Gansey. He's incredible. He got the ball in the throw. He make a tap. He make another good approach, and the finish was perfect. What a goal by Mark Gansey. 9-7, and the fifth checker of play. We have 3 minutes left to the end of the fifth checker.
You know, this might be Mark Gansey's field. I remember last year watching him play on this field, and he took the ball down and to the right each time, and he had to make a neck shot to the goal, and he was 3 for 3. He didn't miss a neck shot all day and scored all 3 goals on that. So I think Mark probably has a certain affection for the field we are playing on today. Esteban Ferrari gives the ball back in. It's kind of doesn't go all the way through, and Pablo McDonough gets a stick on it, but Grant Gansey's going to come out with it. Grant Gansey trying to outrun McDonough. Look at Grant. What a nice play. Goes over and takes McDonough out. Doesn't keep him long enough, and Pablo McDonough comes back over to make the play and break up Nero's play. McDonough turning the ball up to the left, now back to the right, trying to get back to the center of the field. Grant Gansey has to clear, and we've got a quick whistle, I do believe. The ball's still on the field. So that's not going to hurt too much. Probably a penalty 5 right there from the
spot. Yes.
So
yes.
Grant Gansey just got caught right there, unable to clear quick enough. And a quick whistle breaks up the play and gives Paco de Narvaez a penalty 5B from the spot. Paco looking for Mark, and I think Mark can check and wait on this. They gave him a lot of room right there on that play. Mark Gansey, however, Barto comes over and introduces himself to Mark. Barto trying to get around brother Heda. Barto still with the ball. Barto puts it underneath the pony. Tries to take a full swing. We're doing a little ring around the rosy right here, trying to get around Mark. And he does. He avoids 2 white jerseys. Barto sends it down to Grant. And this is what we like to see. This is what Casablanca needs to do in order to draw opposing players. Grant a little bit too far out to the right. Hits a back shot, and looked like Casanola came in there, and
we've got a
whistle, and that's what Casablanca needed. That Richard Mille player wanted to come back in there and play the ball. Then he looked over his shoulder, saw there wasn't enough time.
Yeah, but he fouled. He made the foul.
Absolutely.
He made the foul. But what a control of Barto Castañeda right here in front of us. He was going and running, and then he finished the play. Nice pass to Granty. Granty took a beautiful shot, approach to the goal. He took his patience, and Barto came back to the play, and he got the right away infraction, and he got the foul in his favor. They don't really give us any break to relax, Steve. It's very, very tense. I'm sorry, like I've been playing 6 checkers already. Sometimes I'm watching the game so much, I got so focused, I forgot I have to say something. So, but it's better that way. You don't want me to say what I think right now.
Maybe we need a courtesy announcer.
Yes, we do. We do. Imagine we have another game to go. So, and then this is very incredible polo. We're so happy to have 26 gold polo in America. And this is a blast for everybody. He shoot, and Juan Martinero.
Juan Martinero, a penalty too.
That's gonna cost him.
That'll take a little wind out of your sails.
That's
if you're the team.
That's the second penalty too that he hit out.
Yeah. Yep. It just shows you anybody can miss them, right?
Anybody can miss in the situation. Like I always say, when the foul is getting close or the game is getting tight, the goal is getting smaller.
Yeah. Okay, Paco de Narvaez brings it in, sends it over to Pablo McDonough. Pablo McDonough surveys the field. He's going to drop it back to Castanola. Castanola goes left, now right, trying to outrun Nero. And, of course, Pablo McDonough, he hits a little short shuttle pass to Pablo McDonough. Nero takes a stab at it on the near side. Paco staying back with Castanola. And now Castanola and McDonough come together. McDonough gets shot off. Grant Gansey has the line and the right of way. Grant Gansey gets a little piece of it. Mark Gansey comes in there, and we've got an umpire's whistle on that play. So we'll see what the umpires decide right here, but I believe we are going to have a foul in favor of Richard Mille.
Yes, I think Barto Castellano was desperate. He screamed here like someone fouled him, and he went on. He was a bit upset in that play. He made that foul with just emotional upset for the playing before.
Right.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
But it's a foul anyway, and they give it a goal, easy goals away, and they don't score the goal they have.
Yes, 2-goal swing right there.
Yeah, they have. It's hard in a so tight game. He had 2 penalties out, 2 penalties out, in a very tight game. They can cost you a game. And also, if you give stupid fouls, even more.
Exactly. And, of course, there has been 3 goals scored on foul shots by Richard Mille. 2 penalty 4s in the 4th and a penalty 2 in the 1st. And here is Castanola. Castanola, no problem with these penalty 2s because he's been sinking the penalty 4s. We've got 53 seconds left on the clock. Score at 10-7. That puts Richard Mille up by 3 goals here in the 5th period.
Good game, I think. Casablanca have to slow down, take the paces, breathe, and go for the next checker and finish the checker with a goal. That will be very important for Casablanca. Try to score a goal right now so that giving a reason to live in the next checker.
Richard Mille wins the bowl in. Castanola sends down the field, but Nero's back there. Oh, and a back shot into a pony. But Grant Gansey or Casanola's going to pick the ball up. They'd certainly like to gain some field advantage here for the bowling when they come back for the 6th if nobody can score. But here comes Castanola with a shot on goal. It's deflected by a Casablanca player, and what a shot right there, but it's going to be wide left. Stay with us. Casablanca's got the pressure on for the 6th period. What's Richard Mille going to do? Are they going to chew up the clock or play polo? Don't go away. We're live on Checker TV with 1 more period to go for you to see. Welcome back to live action, everyone, on Chucker TV and the World Polo League, hosted by the Grand Champions Polo Club. Of course, Grand Champions keeping the 26 gold tradition of polo alive, and we've got one more Chucker of regulation play to go. And at this time, we'll give a little shout out to Sandy Freeman and Natalie Vachon. I'm not sure if I ripped up your last name, but both of you in Montreal watching today's game, we'd like to glad you're joined us, as well as John Walsh, Awesome Sauce. He's going to have to explain that to me one day. However, Juan Martin Nero is going to bring the ball in off the back line and sending it over to the left one more time. And Juan and I were just talking. They've done this 90% of the game and not mixing it up across the field. But Barto Castanola slows down, trying to get around McDonough. Sends it to Mark Gansey. Nobody marked Grant Gansey. Grant Gansey being followed up by Nero. Oh, and the ball just hops over Grant's mallet. But Barto's going to play cleanup right here, sending it towards goal, and that's exactly what they need to do. And this shot looks pretty good. Juancito Bellini there to finish off the play, and what a play it was. Casablanca scoring quickly here in the sixth period play.
They need that. What a shot by Castagnola. What a approach shot. I don't know if the ball was getting in anyways, but Juancito was there. But what a play by Castagnola. He took his time. He shoot and he put the ball right in the spot. Actually, maybe it was, I don't know, I think Juancito touched it, no, but that was a good play. That was a good pickup by Granty. Good pass. First of all, was Barto to Granty. They open the field. They change the knocking a bit. They have to use in a little bit more the players, and that's what they need. Let's see who end up with these throw-ins.
Pablo McDonough comes out the other side with it. Pablo turns his pony quickly around. Granty has to get out of the way. Paco de Narvaez.
Yeah, I understand, but Paco also was there, so he's...
Here is McDonough. McDonough broken up by Nero, sent over to the boards. Grant Gansey and Paco de Narvaez are going to go in. Paco gets off a back shot. Picked up by McDonough. One more time, McDonough's got Nero on his left hip. McDonough's going to slow down, trying to work the ball towards goal with a neck shot, but into a pony. Castanola's going to pick it up on the near side, shoots for a near side neck shot, just wide to the left. But patience right there on that play, Juan.
Yes, patient. Good defender by Casablanca, good attacking by Richard Mille. The four players there, that controlling. Let's see what happened is knocking. The knocking before were pretty good for Casablanca. Let's see what the play is. Now they come in this way. Good play. That's a nice knocking.
See how open he is,
yes,
right here. Nobody within
himself.
60 yards of him.
Yes.
So here is Barto. Barto looking downfield. He's got Granty over here on the boards, but the pass a little bit too much in the center, and Hedda picks up the ball. Grant called off by Nero. Nero going to give the ball back to Grant. Grant's got a neck shot down towards Juancito, who has Paco de Narvaez on his hip. Can Juancito keep the ball on the field? And no.
That was a good play by Juan Manero. Good play by Gansey. Nice pass. He opened. He took the line. He fight. And he won the position with Heta Castagnola, and then he opened for the pass. Juanma putting back the ball to Granty, and Granty headed to Juancito. The ball went out, but it was a good play with Casablanca. They're there. Anything can happen. It's 2 goals. We have so many nice players. Anything can happen in the next 4 minutes of play.
Okay, Paco de Narvaez sending it back over to Pablo McDonough. McDonough checks down. Casnola is going to right off Nero. McDonough. Paco de Narvaez breaking on down the field. Paco, now he's getting a little bit out of range. Pablo McDonough, time is on their side. Now McDonough releases the ball, and here comes Casnola. However, Granty breaks up the play. Paco de Narvaez with a neck shot, but it's off a pony, and brother Casnola is going to come in here. Hooked, tried to hook, but nice near side neck shot to give the ball back to Casnola. Barto's checking down. Nero's talking to him while he's doing it. Grant Gansey's going to go on down the field. Juancito over in the center by himself, but Casnola unable to get the ball that far to him. Here is Paco de Narvaez on the near side avoids the hook of Nero. Casanola's going to take the ball for Casablanca and bring it back over here. Paco de Narvaez is going to hang behind with him. Here is Casanola. Barto.
Foul.
Mark Gansey playing back. And Nero picks it up. Good non called by the umpires. Nero takes it forward. Pablo McDonough has no play. Nero now going to release the ball to Juancito, and one more time. Can Juancito get to it? Yes, he can. This pass reaches him this time. Nero hooked by Paco de Narvaez, and a little bit of contact
good play.
there. So.
What a contact were there. What a play. What a chucker, Steve. What a chucker. We have 1 minute or 3:01. 3:01. What a chucker.
And
we have an important call right now on the play. Very, very important challenge call. I think nothing to say. The umpires, I don't want to put anything, but I think that, in my book, disagree with the Thurman, with the guy who does the thing for 3 times.
Yes, so we'll see. The instant replay official has plenty of time to look at that play from 3 or 4 different angles because we have a courtesy horse change going on. And, of course, you know what? Even if we didn't have a courtesy horse change, the idea with the challenges is to get the call correct. And that's what we want here. And I believe that this challenge, I don't want to say anything till all the players have been out on the field. And, of course, the umpires announce it to the players. That way we're not, and I learned through the School of Hard Knocks, if you announce it too early, while players are off the field, you've got to listen to somebody complain about the call or something. So when all 8 players are back out on the field, then, of course, the umpires will announce the call. So Casablanca have doing a little bit of a run to change ponies. The play is closer to the Richard Mille tent, and
they're playing a very intense game. They will have 6 chucker, full speed. Really, really aggressive. Both teams want to win. Both teams want to get to the final. And I think that listen, right now, let's see what happened. The situation was the play, but Casablanca need to finish the fouls. They have 2 penalties open out, so that will be 10-10. I mean, only with that, you don't have every day when Juan Manero had 2 penalties, 2 outside.
No, hardly ever.
Hardly ever. So that's the pressure of Juan Manero. Let's see what's going to happen now. And the situation, like I say, if they call penalty 3 from there, and that's what I think they're just checking the position of the play, the position of the ball. They're discussing the third man with the IRODES and the studio. There are discussion about is penalty 4 or penalty 3. That's a very important call. That's a very important shot the Casablanca have. If they go, let's see. They're still discussing the position of the foul, the position of the ball for Casablanca headed penalty. Let's wait. Let's wait for the official call. Right now it's a very crucial, very crucial moment right now for the field. Let's wait.
40-yard shot. 40.
The third man and the official in the studio who check the foul, he give penalty 3, 40-yard shot.
Yeah, what happened here, Juan, was Richard Mille challenged the call.
Yeah.
Okay, and the call came back from the IRO, foul.
Okay.
And now Casablanca, they were going to give a penalty 4, and they challenged the ball placement.
Ah, okay.
So the IRO came back and said penalty 3.
Ah, okay. So Casablanca have an extra challenge for the rest of the game.
Yes, sir, they do.
Very important, no? In a tie game like that.
Yep. And here's Nero on a penalty 3. No problem on the threes.
10-9 with 3 minutes left. I don't want to say something that Steve, like Boca Raton said, overtime. But let's see what happens. It's important who's going to win this throwing.
Exactly.
Whoever wins the throwing is going to charge. Casablanca have to tie the throwing, they be losing throwing, and they give Mark Gansey opportunity to score from the throwing. So they have to shut Mark Gansey from the beginning. Let's see what's going to who end up with the ball.
Okay, Esteban Ferrari puts the ball back in play. Paco de Narvaez to put the first to put wood to plastic on that, and here comes Juancito. Juancito, that play first broken up by Grant Gansey. And Casanola's going to win that play. Backs the ball down, but nobody but brother Barto there. Barto taking the ball across the field, being ridden by Pablo McDonough. Nero's going to break. Casanola on the near side, flips it to the center, still working the ball on the near side, trying to get around and shake off McDonough. Casanola gets hooked up a little bit there, and Paco de Narvaez steals the ball. Paco de Narvaez up against the far boards, and Paco turns the ball underneath his horse's neck, now looking for somebody to hit to. Mark Gansey is out there, but so is Granty. Mark Gansey's going to play that ball towards the goal, and Grant Gansey called off by Nero. Nero needs a quick goal here to tie things up. Nero over here to the near boards. Will that ball stay on the field? Yes, it does. Nero checks down. He's got Juancito out front with Pablo McDonough. Here comes Juan Martin Nero. Juan Martin Nero going to check down, probably bring that ball back towards the inside of the center of the field, and that's exactly what he does. Drops it off our Barto. Barto now looking for somebody to hit to, but he's going to work it. They need this goal desperately in order to stay in this game. That shot down the field a little bit too far to the right and a little bit too long, not allowing Martin Nero to get a shot on goal.
That was the chance of Casablanca to tie the game. He should have bring it a bit longer. He had the ball in control. Now he gives the ball to Richard Mille for the knocking. They're taking the time. We have 50 seconds. Let's see what the knocking will be. They're very, very tense. That was the shot could decide the game before.
Yes, exactly. And here's Paco de Narvaez with 37 seconds left, so the clock is on their side. Paco going to try and chew it up, and he leaves it for Pablo. Pablo, very crafty. He's going to send it over here to the boards for Heda Casanola. There's the first horn, but Pablo's called off Heda. Uh-oh. Here we go. Casanola right here. He's got to work this ball to goal and be able to put one in the goal in order to stay alive here in this tournament. Here is Casanola. He gets bumped by, and that's going to be wide over the back line with 4 seconds left, and I believe that's going to do it. Players shaking hands right now. There's our second horn and one. We have completed the first semifinal, 1 of 2 today in the All-Star Challenge.
What a game we have this morning. Both teams playing incredible polo. Both teams playing very safe, and I have to give the umpires the chance. They control the game from the beginning. A good game of polo, Steve.
Yes, thank you everybody for watching. We're going to send it over to James Fody for the last words of this game.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Juan. Another great game here at the World Polo League All-Star Challenge as Richard Mille defeats Casablanca 10-9 to advance into the finals, where they will play the winners of this afternoon's game between Hawaii Polo Life and Seminole Casino. Make sure to tune back into Chucker TV at 3 p.m. to catch that. On behalf of our entire crew, I'm James Fody saying thank you for making us the leaders in polo broadcasting. And as we like to say here on Chucker TV, we love the polo.